Understanding the talent of Pakistanis. So majority of the workforce in Pakistan is men. It's very recent that I started seeing women working even in a McDonald's. So yes, we do have McDonald's. So I wanted to cover food. I will do another episode on the foods of Pakistan available so that you can have a better understanding. But the talent is that there are over 160 universities, there are thousands and thousands of colleges, and there are millions of schools. Even though it's 250 million people, I would say there's at least 1 million schools. Schooling is taken very seriously, but there are multiple kinds of school. There is a government school, which almost nobody goes to. There is a private school, and then there is a better private school, then there's a better private school. The biggest chain of private schools in Pakistan is called the Beacon House. If you have a child, if you're hiring somebody who is from Beacon House, the second one is City School, the third one is Roots, you would not have any English problems with them for sure. So their first language is English. They don't allow speaking Urdu in these schools. I used to be fined every single day in my school for speaking Urdu. I was in the city school. So majority of the children who are coming from this school, you would have to pay a premium to hire them because they're all from very good families, they have their own businesses or something, and they're very well off. So it will be expensive to hire them, but you will not have any language issues with them. You will not have any communication barriers with them, because these children are growing up watching YouTube. They're as good as a kid from the United States as far as coming from a cultural understanding, language barrier. They just don't have that. They all have somebody from their family living in the United States or London or somewhere, and they do often communicate. If you're hiring anyone from 20 years of age to 30 years of age, they have all grown up with the internet. I'm 47. I started using the internet when I was 26. Today kids are having a smartphone at the age of 1. So if you're hiring somebody who is 20, he's from a decent family, he probably has been using the computer for the last 10 years. That means they're very fluid, they're very easy on the computers, email, basic technology understanding is very commonly available. The lower middle class will have a problem because they have only got their smartphone maybe the last 3-4 years. So one of the questions you want to ask the person you're hiring is, when did you start using WhatsApp? When did you start using your email? When you ask them this question, that shows you how mature they are in understanding the power of email and the internet, and how easy do they take it. If somebody doesn't have an email at all, they're just new to the internet then, right? And the majority of the people who are coming on the internet today are going to use the internet for the first time on the smartphone. They will probably not have a computer. So you want to hire some people who have at least 4 or 5 years of experience on the computer, so that you can tell them do this and do that, and they will actually understand. Otherwise, they will not have any contextual information of what you're talking about when you say Google Sheets or Google Excel or something. They wouldn't even know what you're talking about, right? So in order to find the right employee, you might want to ask them, how long have you been using a computer? Majority of the people in Pakistan, I find, are very honest. They follow the standards of honesty, which they know is honesty, right? They will not show up on time, but to them they are still honest. So again, the value system is different, but they are still honest. They are very honest people in general. They will not lie. They will not cheat you with money most of the time. There are some flaws which I will explain, what to be cautious about and how you can exchange the value system. Now, Once you work with them, you will start understanding the value system. So, but I assure you that majority of the people you will meet are very nice, very friendly. They will be very sweet to you, and they will not know how to say no. Everything you will ask them, they will say, okay, no problem, it will get done. But it will actually not get done. So you have to understand the people's mindset. So in our culture, we are grown to say yes in front of our school teachers and in front of our elders. If you say no, they get very upset or they smack you. So majority of them or us do not know how to say no to our customer, to our employer, to our parents, to our teachers. Now that becomes a very big problem. It becomes a very big problem because you will ask them, do you understand this? Yes. But they don't really understand what you just said. So the way to combat that is you ask them, okay, explain it to me. What did you understand? And if they say, if you want them to show up at 9 a.m., you'd ask them to show up at 8 a.m. Because an hour of being late is not considered late for majority. Unless you punish them and you tell them that, look, 9 a.m. means 8:45 for me. I don't care what other people say, but this is what it means to me. So these are small little issues which you will have and you want to be careful of. Everybody will tell you, I will do a good job. What's a good job? There is no such thing as good job. You have to tell them, show them, this is what I want. If you want to get things done faster, show them. Use the power of photos to educate them and tell them, this is what I want. This is exactly how I want. And majority of the time, in my experience, they don't even copy properly. So you have to tell them, look, this is exactly what I want. Same colors, same squares, same font, same everything. I don't want you to use your imagination. Right? And once you are aligned with them, once you are in gel with them 2 months down the road, 3 months down the road, then you tell them, go, now use your imagination. Initially, you want them to become synced with you so that they understand you and you understand them, because every human thinks based on what they know. I don't know if it's a true story or not. I will tell you a story here. That when Columbus came to the United States in his boats, they say that the locals at that time couldn't see the boats, even though the boats were right there. But because they had no reference point of a boat before, they couldn't see the boat. They thought this is some kind of a mountain. So a person in Pakistan who has never traveled to the United States, even if he has seen all the phenomenal movies and everything, they don't know the United States. And no matter how many friends in Pakistan you have, no matter how many movies you have seen of Pakistan, if you haven't traveled there and you haven't lived in somebody's house for a week, you don't know anything about Pakistan or any culture for that matter. So assumption is, as they say, assumption is root cause of all evil. So our people assume a lot and they don't ask questions. So that becomes problematic for employers and employees at the same time, because they assume everything. And when they assume and they don't ask questions, it's like you want to pull your hair out sometime. Like, why didn't you ask this question? And they don't want to ask the question, but they keep on assuming, and it becomes a very big challenge. So a lot of communication might be a solution. You want to talk with them about nothing for half an hour a week. You want to ask them a lot of questions to make them comfortable. You want to, as I said, you want to talk to their parents. You want to see their house. But just by looking at their house on WhatsApp, on a video call, that will change everything for you and for them. And show them your house. Show them where you live. Show them what you eat. Show them when you wake up, what do you do? What do you eat exactly? Ask them what do you eat in the morning? Because this will bring them so close to you as a friend and as a bond, and even as a boss or whoever, that they will feel, he's a good or she's a good person. I really want to work with them. And that's what you want to happen. The kindness is key to so many problems. So just be kind, humble and kind, and things will just be phenomenal. These are amazing people, I tell you. They work really hard. You can have them work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. They will not say anything to you. Just be humble and kind to them, and that will just do wonders for you, no matter where these people are. But communication will help you a lot. And I haven't even touched the work part so far, so we will cover that in the next episode.